I'm like shit, I hopped out so quick, then I raised my blick and I don't miss.
Would be the longest game winner.
Shit, not Bonte quick. What you finna do?
It's up and it's gonna be.
Told that bitch get in cause she looking confused. I broke the rule cause this bitch a witness. Plus I just popped through, but she ain't crying. And this hoe is smiling. Plus this bitch look cute, so we slide out. I'm checking my mirrors, made it to the house, told her hop out. You hungry? I not back, no doubt. I know you.
Hello and welcome to Con Sports. We've got the Liberty League South Championship. The division has never been closer. The best division in the league last season, competitiveness-wise, comes to a climax as we have the St. Peter Stallions, led by Ozuna, versus the Miami Stingrays, led by Dingus, who has won the South both of their seasons in existence. So this division hasn't known anything but Miami dominance, but the Stallions can come in here and challenge that dominance and get their first home game in the playoffs in Season 16. That's been 5 seasons of having to play on the road or not being able to play a season at all. Welcome to Con Sports. I'm your host. In a moment, we'll have the Stallions and the home team, the Stingrays, walk out. It's really just a toss-up here, as both of these teams are great. They're very equal, and really just comes down to may the best man win, as we will have the Stallions come out. Out comes Ozuna in the St. Peter Stallions. Oh, 2 this season. Neither team in this division has yet to get a win. As he awaits his competitor, close rival who he's never been able to play on the Stallions before. We finally get this rivalry matchup after 2 seasons of waiting now. And out come the Miami Stingrays, led by Dingus, any moment now, looking to defend their Southern title and get the 2 seed in the playoffs at home for the 3rd straight year. And they finally eke out a win if they get a win here tonight. That is the question. Both of these teams have huge playoff demons to overcome. So what closer of a matchup could it be? Look forward to in this matchup? Well, we'll explain it to you over the course of the game. We'll be right back after these quick messages from our sponsor.
Now I'm like shit, I hopped out so quick.
Sorry, it is heads. And here are your records. Here's your standings. 0-2 versus 0-3. Neither of these teams have got a win, as it's going to be the Miami Stingrays who receive in this turquoise-laden field at home on a beautiful sunset night in Miami, as we get ready for this first quarter of action. Con Sports brought to you by ConNet. Reaching the last day or two until the playoffs. A quick season to capitalize on quick momentum for the league. It's been a great season so far with the debut of Football Night on Block 8, the new packaging, and we're glad to be bringing this presentation to you. It's been over a season in the waiting. At least this matchup has been. We didn't get to see it last time, due to scheduling constraints, causing the Stingrays to win the division versus the War Dogs, who are now in the National League, and against, well, who other than the team coming here tonight, the Stallions, looking to get that title and take it from the two-time champ, as this will kick us off. Or not, as that one will be low. St. Peter won the toss. They elected to defer, which means Miami will get the ball first, and we'll have Tuesday night divisional action here on the biggest stage that isn't the playoffs. Kickoff from Miami. Here we go. The kick is up. That's going to be way deep out into the end zone. That'll bounce back up to the 20. Almost was looking like Dingus was going to receive it, as here's first down, and he gets a big gain. Big gain to start the game, down to the 30, 25-20, might take it all the way. First play, pylon pusher. Can you believe it? Mayhem in Miami. And man, was that a speed situation? That was. Oh my lord. Thought we had a touchdown on the first play. Play of the year if that stood. Unfortunately, speed was the causing factor, as first down, Dingus gets a gain of about 9 yards. Let's talk about the Stallions team. The number 2 defense in the league with the number 1 offense. So this team is more formidable than they ever have been, even in the Bloxy Bowl seasons, as he goes off sides. It's just the best team overall in Stallions history, with Ozuna as he gets a big gain. Dingus with a first down. Let's talk about Dingus, the rookie of the year. In season 19, gets a good gain now. Dingus motions, gets a good gain now. Here's third and short. 3rd and 1, what's he going to do? He's set up in the backfield a lot of times this season, gets the first down. Quick drive so far. And he gets stopped immediately. Don't take the Stallions defense lightly, as that's going to be a tags redo here. All is on the line for both teams. Loser gets eliminated. And no chance of a replacement spot in the National League, as Stabby will play a game tonight to secure that 3rd spot seeding. As Miami scores touchdown number 1 of the game. Minute 20 left in the first quarter. Quick drive by Dingus. Here's the extra point. Trying to get him offsides for an easy punch in. Both teams know the kind of situation they're facing. Both teams have been dreading it. Both teams have been excited. Also, as he knocks in the extra point. Well, this is for the South. The winner moves on to the 2 seed. The loser is eliminated. So it's all or nothing. 40-second drive by Dingus. And now Ozuna in the number 1 offense will start off, as this kick's going to be high and going to be short. And he's got it! Past the 50! Down to the 40. Great start. Gets tipped back a yard, but doesn't really matter to Ozuna. Excellent start as he goes down the middle and gets a gain of about 9 yards. Good pickup here to start things off. Now avoiding punt range already. Didn't even need to snap the ball a single time to get out of there. As here's 3rd medium. About 7 yards, as he's going to take the long road here into the Miami red zone. And looks like he's going to be down at the 2. And with only a minute left in the first quarter, a 20-second drive by Ozuna as he takes the aquatic leap in the Atlantic Arena to try to tie things up. Now 6-7. Here's the extra point, and it's up and it's in. And what a quick response by Ozuna. 2 touchdowns, only a minute has passed. Dingus had a 40-second drive. Ozuna had a 20-second drive marked by that incredible kickoff return down to the 39 of Miami, I believe. As this one's going to be low right to Dingus. Gets at the 31. He's going to try to take this to the left and gets a good gain. And another good return. Doesn't take him as far, but still good start for Dingus as he's starting this one immediately. Gets a good pickup. And maybe he's trying to outpace this defense, and he might just do that. Excellent. And he's going to call a timeout early in the first quarter. 49 seconds. St. Peter uses 1 of 3 in the half, maybe taking some time to recoup or possibly has to do something off the field. And, well, I mean, I'm sure everybody here knows the stakes. Winner wins the division. Loser eliminated. I mean, look at those banners. The Stingrays fought hard for the season 21, not so hard for 19, but 20 was one of the most difficult times anybody had ever winning a division. The Stingrays held on and held firm. And this season, they've got revenge to seek. If they win this game, they're either going to face Jamestown or Rochester, the Western New York teams, who they both lost to in the playoffs at home. And then you have the Stallions, who went on an impeccable run with Ozuna in his first season in St. Peter. Can he finally get it done? He got blown up by the Rochester Express the last time. If he wins, can he get the job done now? Would have home field advantage at Empire Field as he gets down for the first down. First and goal already. We are just seeing quick drives so far from both of these teams. As that's going to be a tip roll back. The first of the game. He's going to take this one to the right. Down for 3rd and goal. And now he can punch it in here. And he's got it. 34 seconds in the first quarter. The home team responds. Now here's the extra point by Dingus. He's been motioning right so far. Try to catch him off sides. He will do just that. And I think the strategy he's using against this number 2 defense has really been working. And now he can go for 2 from the 5. Talk about good strategy. And now he's just trying to make it easier. Get a little bit more breathing room, or less, I should say. And Ozuna might just let this one slide in order to not lose any more yards as he's got the 2-point. And now, Stingrays up by 8 early in this game. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. That was a 26-second drive. Only second shortest of the game so far. We've had 3 drives. All of them have been scores. Just quick plays by these teams. Just making sure the other team cannot catch up to them. As this kick is going to be low. Ozuna will receive it. And gets down instantly. At the 34-yard line. Now here's first down for Ozuna. Goes to the left. Gets a good gain. He's hard to tip when he spins down, which seems to be a lot. But hey, if it works for him. As Dingus gets tripped. And now Ozuna has a great run for a first down. Broke away for a big gain there. And now here's second down play afterwards. And what did I tell you about speeding things up? Both of these teams have done so. You just feel playoff urgency in this building. And he will be stopped for 4th down. Now on 4th down, what will he do? He's got it. Forget what will he do. Offensive efficiency has been the game tonight. Let's play the first quarter, and he is in. Touchdown to end the quarter. Now here's the extra point. Just going to go for 1 to be saved. Maybe we'll try to get him offside to get better yards for a 2-pointer. As that seems to be the right strategy to make, or he just might go for the free point. As that's a tags redo. Here's a 1-point down by 2. And he's got it. But there's a delay. Been a lot of waiting on this 1 point. Remember, play clock does not apply to the 1 points, but there's been no issue with play clock from either team today. As he gets in for the easy 1 point, now only down by one. Welcome to the second quarter on Con Sports. We have a division battle. And already 29 points by either team have been scored in this quarter alone. Stingrays having an amazing half offense-wise, getting a 1 point lead. And this is going to be duel of the century. Last game we had here, he won 42-48 against the Portland Pioneers. So you know Dingus has shootout experience. Ozuna has a little bit of defensive experience. So will he start to lock in on defense more as he has an opportunity to on this coming drive? Fresh quarter. But let's look at the Stingrays. They have been dominant in the division. The South has known nothing but Miami Vice. It's been Stingrays swimming to the playoffs for the past few seasons. Will they get eliminated this time? Yes or no? That is the question. As Dingus looks a little caught off guard as this one goes up to the 30 for a touchback. And today, Roblox changed everybody's faces to 3D. I don't know anybody who's a big fan. Welcome back if you're just joining us. Start of the second quarter. The winner wins the division, loser eliminated from the playoffs. It's going to be a tight affair as 29 points have already been scored so far in this first quarter alone. Now, what's the second going to look like? Never been a drive over 40 seconds yet, as this one's going to lead to fourth down. Can he convert? Yes, he will. First down. Dingus, as that's a tags redo here. And he's instantly going, gets about 9 yards or so. That's been the story of the night, really. Just Dingus getting short gains and marching on down the field, but he gets stopped. Now here's third and long. But he went off sides just trying to get a desperate stop. Now here's third and short. Much more manageable for Dingus here. Almost had a stop as he's marching on through, swimming into the end zone. The Stingrays take the 8-point lead back, or the 7-point lead, sorry. Now with the extra point, he can go back up 8. A block here would mean so much for the Stallions. Oh! But tags save him from going off sides. Would have been a costly penalty as that one is straight on in. And whoever loses this game is going to feel very heartbroken because winner wins the division, gets to host the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Or the number 3 seed, sorry. Number 1 seed being hosted by the number 2 would be an odd sight, as this one's going to be taken up to the 30. No good return here as the Stallions with their first possession of the second quarter. Minute 30 left as he's starting off with a good gain. And now the number 1 offense is starting to fire. Ozuna hasn't been known to win shootouts, but could it be different this time? The one shootout he's won was a playoff game against the Jacks. And now he's starting to waste a little time here. And Dingus almost gets him for a sack. He spins forwards. What a lucky move. As we get down to the 1 minute mark. And he's got the first down. And now Dingus might have to start using timeouts if he wants to respond before the half is over. Good gain by Ozuna. 12 yards or so. Now here's second down. Close to the red zone of Miami. Can he strike? Now the longest drive of the game. It's usually an average time AFA drive, but winding down the play clock, and he's got a 3rd and inches. Will he call another play? And he's got the first down. 30-second warning here in Miami. Sting City now about to give up a touchdown. And first down, he moves left, goes right. Gets stopped. 25 seconds. Second and goal. Miami has 2 timeouts left. And he will be stopped again. 22 seconds now. Ozuna on 3rd and goal. What can they do? Both teams have a timeout. Ozuna has 2. Dingus has 1. Now he's going way back. I don't know if this is the right move. And he's still not down. Now he is. Time winds down. 4th and goal. Can he make the play? Lost some yards on that one. Registered as a sack for Miami. As that will be a delay. 14 seconds on the clock. Time stopped and will not run until the play. Down by 8. He's got it. 20-22, tied affair. And now his offense is slowed down after having such a monumental start. Trying to get offsides yards in order to possibly get a 2. Almost goes offsides, but the tag saves him as he is in for the 1 point. 21-22. Miami leads by 1. And he's got 13 seconds and no timeouts left. Ozuna has 2. Miami, none. Can he get a field goal off? Uses out-of-bounds opportunities, or will Ozuna stop him? And the question is whether he'll just take it from where he's at or try to run some more plays. He could definitely get 1 or 2 off. Definitely with 13 seconds, and definitely as this is going to be a short kick down by Ozzy. And that, with no time off the clock, will bring the Stingrays up to the 45. Can already just get a few yards and spike it for a non-returnable field goal. Great scenario here playing out for the Stingrays. Unless he can get a touchdown in that time. Miami does not have a timeout. Time winds down in the half. Now he's got to call it. He's got to call a spike. And Ozuna was lucky enough to get him 2 yards back on that tip. Or on that spike. Good call by Ozuna. And now, a 51-yard field goal to go up by 4. And it's wide to the left. He hit it at a bad angle. Halftime, 21-22 in this game. And Ozuna will receive after the half, down by 1. What can he do on this next drive? And we'll be right back after these messages. Stingrays lead by 1. What a great half of the offense so far.
Do you enjoy fast-paced gameplay, or even consider yourself cool and maybe even old enough to be in the height of the Roblox Doors era? And I introduce to you Grace, made by the Fart Reviews, a fast-paced door-style game where you have to beat each level in a set amount of given time. This game is easy to pick up, but not so easy to put down. Once you learn, it's like you learn how to ride a bike. The mechanics of the game are simple. You load in, and you face troubles, so under a set time limit, and you don't really know where you're going, but it's fine, you'll get there along the way. And I suggest playing with friends. It's always kind of sad. You can meet friends through the 3 game modes they offer: Zombies, Magic Mode, and Classic Game Mode.
Would be the longest game winner. It's up and it's gonna be good! Oh my goodness! No way! Oh my lord! Welcome back. And here's your score. After one half, we got 4 game minutes left. And can the Stallions get it done down by 1, or will the Stingrays hold firm? That is the question. Welcome to the second half. I'm your host. Welcome to Con Sports. And we've got basically the climax of the season for these teams. Both teams winless. One of these teams will walk out with a win as ties have been eliminated. However, if there was a tie, then the Stingrays would win. As Ozuna will take this down deep. How far can he get? Up to the 20. A decent return for where he started. And now the Stallions will start deep with possession.
Wait, did you touch that? You touched that.
And he's got a good gain here. Second down, just another charge to the left. And he's been doing a lot of just slants to the left or right today. But it's been working for him as he gets the first down near midfield, avoiding punt range, which would be deadly in this game as he almost gets sacked. Good gain by Ozuna. Ball placement does bring him up. Now here's second down. Past midfield at the Miami 41. Entering the Stingrays tank as here's ball placement. Good ball placement by Ozuna, in fact, as almost gets sacked again. And the illusion of the Stallions. I feel like with every team, they think they've got an easy sack, but then what do you know? He looks out of that sack and he gets about 10 yards or so on you. That's sort of the danger of this guy. And Ozuna has, despite being in the league for a long time, he's really started to mature play-wise now, as that shows. And the Stingrays, or the Stallions, sorry, take their first lead of the night here in Miami. But the Stingrays are only down by 6. They can still take a lead within this third quarter. Minute 13 left. Only the second longest drive of the game. Usually a short. That's short by any other means, but for this game, offenses have been dominating. In the first quarter alone, 4 touchdowns were scored, including a 2-point conversion by Dingus. Hence why he sort of has advantage coming into this drive, as Dingus slipped up and possibly had offense. That will not be a redo, as in the AFA. That isn't a redo, as this one goes up right to Dingus. He'll receive it at the 18. How far can he go with this one? Jukes out Ozuna. Gets up to the 30. Good gain here for 1st and 25. First offensive possession of the half for Dingus. And he'll go to the right, get 10 yards, falls down like Ozuna. Man, he's really starting to learn something from his rival as he gets past. Excellent gain for an excellent first down by Miami. And I was not ready. Give me 1 second, please. And he was punching in the touchdown to make sure, but he has been playing on all cylinders tonight. Dingus, the best we've seen him really ever. And it's going to take Ozuna's best, which we've seen this season, to curb this team. As and he goes off sides, but that's a tags redo, so it doesn't matter. Trying to get him off sides anyways, as that's going to be a delay. He will call a delay. And it's 4th down. He's got to be careful here. Cannot go short. And Ozuna just barely goes off sides, and now that's an easy first down conversion for Miami. Falls back. Thank you, Turf. At least that's what Ozuna is saying, as that'll prevent him from a touchdown. Holy Turf toe, as down to the 4 here. 2nd and goal for Miami. He can punch it in here, and he will. Tied game here in the late third quarter. Quick drive, at least in real time on it. An AFA time that took up almost a minute. As that's going to be a tags redo here. Ozuna was definitely ready for that one. And a delay here. Will he call a delay? Yes, he will. And the phase gets him through. 28-29. Stingrays retake the lead, and it might just come down to whoever has last possession in this game. honestly, because both teams are playing at top potential right now, at least offensive-wise. And one of these teams will head to the playoffs. One of these teams will head home. Will we see? The playoff matches are completely up in the air right now. As for the Liberty League, you could have Rochester at St. Peter. You could have you could have Jamestown at Miami. Who knows? Who knows? And the Liberty League North still has to be decided, as that's going to be another redo. The second redo, Dingus's kicker is having a hard time as he missed a field goal attempt to get his team up by 4 before the half. As Ozuna's going to miss this kick, it's going to go way back. How far back? Down to the 20. And Ozuna thought he had it. Was just running a little to make sure, but fatal miss. As here's first down at the 20-yard line, deep in his own territory, where he started before. Ozuna gets good gain off the ball placement, 11 yards. The kicker had a great play there. Miami usually struggles on special teams, but as for that play, that went from giving Ozuna a free 20-yard gain, as he's got a big breakaway downfield. And now here's one of the last plays of the third quarter. As the chains are off, but it's fine. Not off actual location-wise, just off more of. Now here's third down. Third and long. Can he convert? Welcome to the fourth quarter on Con Sports. 2 minutes of action left to decide who wins the Liberty League South. He might have to use a fake field goal here if he can't get a big gain right now. And he might not need to. What a tip forwards. Big lucky break for the Stallions. And he goes off sides, gets the first down. Not much time taken off the clock. First and goal, Ozuna. And he's got it down to the 1-yard line. Second and goal, can punch it in here at the goal line. And he will. Minute 47 in the fourth quarter. Stallions retake the lead. Trying to get the 2. If he got the 2, it would be nothing more than monumental. Nothing short of monumental. As Dingus is not going to let that slide. He'd rather just give him a free point than let him take the 2, as he's going to go around and get in. Now, Stingrays back down by 6. Minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. Who will come out on top? That is the question. And just as a reminder, this is the game. This is essentially a playoff game. If the Stallions win. And Ozuna holds firm. That's going to be out with the 40. Great start for Dingus. Now the offense doesn't have to do much to keep away from this defense, as he already gets past midfield. Quick start to this drive. Second down, Dingus past midfield. Now into St. Peter territory. Who wins here, the Stingrays or the Cavalry? Is it going to be the beige and blue or the teal and black? As he's going to wind down the play clock there. That'll bring up third down. And Ozuna might have to start using his timeouts here. Fourth down. If he doesn't get this, the game's almost over, but there hasn't been many offensive concerns tonight. Can he get it? Oh, and he went for the stop. Did not get it. That's not the worst decision to make, honestly. In my personal opinion, as he gets a phase, gets too many yards for his own good. Almost had a breakaway for a touchdown or a red zone trip there, but he obviously did not take that, trying to waste time. And he gets a good gain downfield, third down. Will Ozuna start calling timeouts this late in the game? He might have to keep his season alive. But then again, it does come down to the 30-second warning. 4th and inches, he's going to have to punch it across, wasting enough time as to where there's a low chance that the Stallions are going to score a touchdown. They might have to rely on their kicker to deliver another walk-off. Oh! Oh my! Oh no! And that might have just... Oh no! But for the Stallions, oh yes! And we'll go into review to make sure. And unbelievable! Absolutely nuts! And the call will be reviewed. 35-29 in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back after these messages. And the call on the field stands. 27 seconds left. Now, if they can burn 3 timeouts off the clock, then the Stallions might have just won this affair. 24 seconds. Misses the tackle. Ozuna gets a good gain there. 19 seconds left on the clock. And that will do it. That will do it. And, you know, it has been a long road. At least for the Stallions. The St. Peter Stallions are your Liberty League South champions. Jamestown or Rochester will visit them at Empire Field. What an ending. Finally got a defensive stop when it most mattered. Incredible performance by Ozuna. Incredible by Dingus too, but unfortunately did not last for him. As that's not the Liberty League. That's just the South. And now Ozuna in the wild card will have a long ways to go before the Stallions' second Liberty League title, but not too far away now. Stingrays eliminated Stallions in the big dance. Congratulations, Stallions. You had a good season, Stingrays. We hope to see you both in this rivalry next season. It has been a terrific game here from Con Sports. A premature ending to a shootout. And that's all from Miami. Until next time. Peace. Don't forget to catch the playoffs on Con Sports AFA and BHL. We will have those.